My name is Jeff Ashby. I'm going to go ahead and kick it off tonight here by just spotlighting my video feed and then going right into our disclaimer. It's important that we put this disclaimer out here. First of all, to protect Dr. Kedar Prasad, PhD. He is the world's foremost expert on micronutrition and supplementation. In fact, people have begun to express their appreciation to him and do so by giving him the name, the Einstein of our time when it comes to understanding the human body, micronutrition, and supplementation. But the reason that we give this disclaimer is to protect him. It's his name that is on every one of our products, along with his CQF standard. That's something that you can measure every other supplement against. We will get to that here as the evening rolls on. The other reason that we give the disclaimer is to protect ourselves. As affiliates with this company, we are representing the MicroDaily products. We are just educating other individuals. Now, you're going to hear some testimonials this evening. You're going to have others that will comment live, and then we'll have some questions and answers. But it's important that we as affiliates are protected so that the third reason these incredible products can continue to go out and change individuals' lives by correcting micronutrient deficiencies. So I am going to pull this up onto the camera, and I will have you just follow along with me. Here we go. These statements and comments have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This information is for educational purposes only and includes information on recent advances in research on micronutrients. Engage, the micronutrient company, does not claim that our products diagnose, treat, cure, heal, or prevent any disease or injury. Engage's products do, however, address our deficiencies and provide our bodies with the nutrition that we are lacking. So it is my honor to be here with you this evening. We're going to be talking about incredible products, and they can all be found in this booklet. As I hold it up here in front of the camera, I do that to just demonstrate how easily this is shared with others. That's all we're trying to do, is help people understand through education that these products exist. The reason that they are different is detailed right here in this booklet. It's entitled Daily Nutrition to Live Your Best Life. But right down here at the bottom, if you can see, it says World's Most Scientifically Validated Micronutrient Supplements. Well, back to the purpose, the reason that this supplement was created. The purpose was made to protect, built to sustain. Who is it sustaining? Who is it protecting? I'm going to just reference this paragraph right here on the page here next to my finger. It says not just to protect, but also to sustain our troops. The U.S. military asked Dr. Kedar Prasad, PhD, the world's foremost expert on micronutrition and supplementation, to develop a supplement that could provide a singular daily source of nutritional defense and nourishment for U.S. troops. It's amazing that we have this kind of information, access to it. You can see there on one side of the page, the troops actually in one of the clinical trials. You can see also the original military micronutrient formulation there, right here in the inset, okay? The very next page, if we were to just turn the page, has to deal with the timeline, when this was introduced. And let me see if I can add Cherry, and we need to mute James. So this is when it was introduced. And then we have the man behind MicroDaily, Dr. Kedar Prasad, and powerful, powerful individual. We will get more into his background. In fact, I'm going to share a little quick video with you. But if we go to the very end of this booklet, there are 32 pages worth of documentation, amazing information that you can just read cover to cover, or you can bounce around, similar to what I'm doing right here. Here are several of Dr. Prasad's published works. You could strike up a conversation and just talk about the titles of his books with individuals and see if what they are experiencing could in any way be addressed by some of Dr. Prasad's information just by going to the titles of his books. The very next page, if we open it up, has to do with some of my favorites, and that is Dr. Prasad's Science Setting a New Standard in Supplement Efficacy Validation. Instead of holding that booklet up any longer, though, what I'd like to do is just go to my copy. In fact, those of you who do not have a copy of this, you can request the individual who provided this link for you. You can request that they get one of these into your hands, a hard copy. But what's easier, much quicker, is if you just ask for a digital version. So I'm going to go to my digital version right now. It's available for us to send out in several different ways. It can come through email. It can come through a text message. But here is the science. This is that page that I left you on where it says Dr. Prasad's Science Sets a New Standard in Supplement Efficacy Validation. When we are talking about a standard, that's something that you measure everything else against. And we have that measuring stick. We have the understanding because of Dr. Prasad's research, the devotion of his life and what he has put together for us. So what I'm going to do is take just a moment here and I'm going to have Dr. Prasad introduced to you through a video that is our 5G video. Once again, you can get back with the individual who shared this link with you tonight and ask them to get a link to the 5G video. It's 8 minutes long. I'm going to shorten it up. I'm going to take off about the first 3 minutes and the last 1 minute. So we'll watch just about 4 minutes worth of it. But it is significant as we introduce Dr. Prasad to you to understand where his passion for helping the human race comes from. Now, as I pull this video up, you're going to have to just bear with me. I'm going to use the playhead and pull it back to the starting point where we're going to start tonight. So you'll see it come up on the screen, and then I'll need to move the playhead, and I'll be right back here with you. Okay.
In 1945, the United States dropped atomic bombs on Japan, demonstrating the horrors of radiation damage. The world was changed forever. But from the ashes grew a consciousness that touched a young boy in India named Kedar Prasad.
Born in 1935, and in a way in a small village under British occupation, because at that time British was ruling India. When I was in India, at that time there was a Hiroshima and Nagasaki bombing, and a lot of people got killed. So I thought that I should develop some product which can save people from radiation damage. So I decided to study radiation biology and came to the United States, University of Iowa, Iowa City, to study that. And that was the only program in the whole world on radiation program and in PhD. And I finished in 3 years.
Dr. Prasad went on to become the world's first radiation biologist and one of the world's most published professors and researchers on nutrition and human health. The determination and volume of work from this remarkable man set the stage for what was to come next. In 2001, Marine Corps Systems Command approached Dr. Prasad with a problem. Active troops were 4 times more likely to contract illness and disease. Working with the Department of Defense, NASA, and a team of independent scientists and researchers, Dr. Prasad led the charge to create a powerful supplement to protect the soldiers from the inside out. After 6 years of intense effort, with congressional funding and over $24 million invested, and after 14 clinical trials, a powerful new supplement called Military Micronutrient Formulation, or MMF, was ready for the world.
So this is a powerful product that we have developed, which not only improves the health of the people, but also protect against the radiation damage, UV damage, and also environmental stressor that we already face. So this is a powerful product that we developed, and it took a long time to develop.
As the world's first radiation biology PhD recipient, who holds the only known patent for micronutrient protection from radiation, Dr. Prasad is uniquely qualified to develop an answer to the threat of 5G EMF radiation. It is his life work. Dr. Prasad has taken his original MMF formulation and enhanced it with 4 new ingredients to combat the effects of radiation. He also added methylated folic acid and vitamin B12 to enhance absorption and effectiveness. This new product is a patent-pending supplement called Micro-Daily EMF Radiation Defense. It has all of the powerful benefits of the original U.S. military formulation that promotes our body's optimal immune system and anti-inflammation response. But in addition, it includes the added strength to defend and protect your body against the new threat of 5G EMF radiation. Our health is by far the biggest determining factor to our overall state of well-being. More than wealth, more than job satisfaction, our health is key to living a full life. Built upon the foundation of Dr. Prasad's scientific authority and his impeccable character, with years and volumes of research and clinical testing, this unique product is the answer to the dangers of the new world.
See, isn't that just right at that spot where I turned on the video and then I moved it back? So 4 minutes right there in the middle tells quite a story. It sets us up with the understanding that there is nobody else out there that is like Dr. Prasad. His background, his understanding of the human body, that that realization that in order to protect our bodies from the outside, we really need to work from the inside out. Now, as part of Dr. Prasad's research, that page in this booklet is a favorite place of mine to go to demonstrate that inside out protection. Even though radiation happens outside and moves in, well, radiation is much like the microwave, that if you understand the microwave technology, it heats from the inside out. And so why not address it right there? So let's go back to that science booklet I was holding up in front of you, to my digital copy, and take a moment and go through this. This says Dr. Prasad's science sets a new standard in supplement efficacy validation. One of my favorite parts of this, because there are some pictures involved, is to zoom right in on this rabbit radiation internal organ protection study. So just in the name of it, you're understanding that we're going to be looking at an inside out approach. This was done in association with Johnson Space Center down in Houston, Texas, because that is where NASA, one of the NASA facilities, is located. And they're the only ones that legally can deal with the type of radiation that was requested that this supplement be able to protect against. So what you're looking at there are 2 separate pictures of recovered rabbit lung tissue. Both of these rabbits received something in their last meal. You can see the rabbit on the left-hand side received the placebo in its last meal. The rabbit on the right received the antioxidants that are included in Micro-Daily in its last meal. The significance about the last meal happening is that it was 1 hour before a lethal dose of radiation. This lethal dose of radiation took both rabbits' lives in 4 hours. But look at the difference in the protection that happened with the rabbit that had the Micro-Daily antioxidants on board in its body 1 hour before that radiation event. Both rabbits still perished because it took out their brain. I mean, just it was a neurological death. But it is significant when we can reference these types of things in regards to this supplement. Now, another one that I would like to point out, and I don't get a chance to talk about it a whole lot, but Jonathan, when he was asking me to come on tonight and share a couple of things with you, I'm going to go back here to the science booklet, pull out a little bit, because when I was zoomed in, I was unable to reference over here on the left-hand side. It says tinnitus improvement. One of the human clinical trials that was done was performed in Nashville, Tennessee. 70 audiology patients were given, once again, a double-blind, placebo-controlled, randomized prospective study utilizing the microdaily against a placebo. And in this human clinical trial, there was enough data, enough research, enough information that was presented at the end of the study that all of it was pulled together and submitted to the U.S. Patent Office. And if we go over onto the right-hand side of the page here to patent number 7635469, December 22nd of 2009, the U.S. Patent Office issued a patent to Dr. Prasad for micronutrient formulations for hearing health. Well, the human clinical trial was on tinnitus improvement. Well, you can imagine that hearing health, there was enough information there in the study. Not only did it help with tinnitus, but it helped in overall better hearing. And there's a patent that supports that. And so Jonathan asked me to go into my library, and I was able to find a couple of references to these. The interesting thing is, though, you remember this packaging? It was referenced there in the video where Dr. Prasad's original military formula, it says military micronutrient formulation right here on the back. It had been shortened up at the point to MMF. In fact, I was with the company back then, and I'm going to share just two little videos with you of individuals that were taking the original military product. And today we're taking that original military product and it has become enhanced. And so what we're talking about today is even better, but look at their experiences. So the first one here is Michael, and he has two instances where the MMF, the predecessor to the microdaily, has helped him in correcting a micronutrient deficiency. And then we'll be right back to talk to or listen to Sam. So here's Michael.
And two real quick ones. I looked at all the research that Jeff talked about, and I have two things that I've dealt with. One of them is lifelong. I was a Marine, or am a Marine, and I went through lots of big gun drills and grenade drills and things that blew up around your head. And I've had ringing in my ears for as long as I can remember. And of course, one of the documents I researched was about ringing in the ears in the military, that they did a test. And it did take a while, but I would say that after about 4 months, I actually had about a 50% reduction in the ringing and loudness in my ears. Some days I even can't tell it's there. But the real impactful thing for me, and there's a few of us in the audience, gentlemen, I had one of those conditions where I had to get up about 4 times a night. So I was lucky to sleep an hour and a half, and that's not really sleep. After taking MMF for less than 2 weeks, proud to say since March, I only get up 1 time a night. And a lot of times I get 6 hours of sleep a night. And I know there's somebody else here that has something. Jose?
So I'm going to just, instead of having Jose come back up, I'm going to shift over to another video. Now, Sam, and it's really quick, he talks about his hearing and actually takes his hearing aid out. What he's holding in his hands here in front of the room, or in his fingers, is his hearing aid. And it's interesting to hear what Sam has to say. Here we go.
Back to the audiologist, and my problem was I wasn't getting, when I first put it on, I couldn't receive a higher pitch tones, but thereafter she showed the graph that after taking this MMF, that my hearing got better, and it was proven by the graph. So I keep on taking MMF, and it doesn't cure anything. However, it just makes me hear a lot better. Thank you very much.
I miss getting together like that in a live setting. I can remember that day in Southern California when we were there with Sam and his wife, Joanne. He gets up and talks about his ears, and she gets up and talks about her eyesight. And they're both just about as short and sweet and to the point as what you just heard. But even there in his comment, he says it just helps him hear better. And that's really what we're doing with these supplements, this line of supplements that now Dr. Prasad has created for us for other aspects. People often ask me, well, with this particular condition or this particular condition, what product should I use? And Dr. Prasad says it's all built upon the foundation of the microdaily EMF. The microdaily EMF is really that foundational product. Next to it is the probiotic boost, because if we're not able to assimilate the micronutrients and the nutrition that is coming in through the consumption of the microdaily EMF, we're not getting the full benefit from it. So I'm going to pull up onto the screen here. We're kind of coming into the end of the half hour we have, but Dr. Prasad has put together what he calls the Dr. Prasad Choice, and it's a bundle of products. It'll give me a chance to talk about more of the product line for those of you that are on here this evening. And so just as I pull this up, I am going to just go through this document, but move it back up here to the top, because it's important that we understand where Dr. Prasad is coming from. And so this is a statement that Dr. Prasad has made, and I'm just going to read it to you because it is significant when it comes to understanding his approach and the way that our bodies are built, and that we need this nutrition that is lacking in our diets. He starts out, I developed each product included in this bundle to be best in class and unique in the supplement industry. So understanding his background, he knows a little bit about the supplement industry, and he's calling these unique. With over 450 sightings, that's other scientists referencing Dr. Prasad's work out there. You know that when he speaks, we need to listen. And when he says that this is unique in the supplement industry, I've made it a point to point out tonight the differences and why this being created with a purpose, not designed to be sold, but designed to work for the military, is significant. He goes on here. Dr. Prasad says, if you take any one of them consistently, you can be sure that you are making a great choice for your health. The real power of my Dr. Prasad's Choice bundle is how the products work in combination. And so that was in bold writing, because that is the powerful statement. That's what he wants you to get from his comments here. He says, together, they unlock the best option for people to address their micronutrient deficiencies and boost their overall health and well-being. So what is included in the Dr. Prasad's Choice bundle? Well, it starts right out, that foundational product, microdaily EMF, which I've held the bottle up in front of the screen. The video that we just saw introducing Dr. Prasad talks about EMF, and it truly is the foundational product. Next to it, though, not as we go down the page, but if you skip over the collagen for just a moment, I want to point out the probiotic boost. It says gut health is where good health begins. Probiotic boost is scientifically formulated with 4 unique strains of probiotics and is resistant to harsh conditions of the stomach. With the addition of prebiotics, probiotic boost provides all the necessities for a healthy gut, which means maximum absorption of micronutrients, which also means maximum benefits from microdaily. You add to that the collagen daily, and it's going to round out our top 3. All of those products are included here in the Dr. Prasad Choice Bundle. We have Eye Boost and Brain Boost that are also included in this. If you need to focus in specific areas, I just take them all. And I add to that my favorite product. I'll tell you what, I say favorite, but all of them are my favorite. But this CBD that was talked about on Sunday, that we had such an incredible a series of testimonies of individuals describing and explaining to us in very heartfelt language how much their lives have benefited from this entire product line, but specifically activating the endocannabinoid system of the body, allowing better sleep, better focus, and also reducing that the anxiety of life. And the way that boy, it was shared, it's extremely powerful. So CBD Boost along with Dr. Prasad's Choice is what we do every day. This is an opportunity for us, though, to get together here on Valentine's Day Eve. And are there any questions? Is there any comments that people would like to add to this this evening's presentation? Go ahead. It looks like, Wallace, you've opened up your microphone a couple of times here now. Is there something that you would like to add?
No, I'm cool. I made a mistake. Thank you.
Okay, no problems. I just noticed that it had opened up, and that happens when we're on our phones or our mobile devices. We misadvertently touch the screen, and all of a sudden we're live. So, Sharon, you've opened your microphone, and thanks again for being my co-host and watching the back room. What would you like to add tonight?
So I wanted to know, I was listening to the video you played about the 2 gentlemen that had the ringing in their ears and they were taking the EMF. What is the dosage you suggest? Because I got that question today, a 70-year-old lady, she's having that same problem, the ringing in the ears, and she said she's just losing her mind. What would you suggest for someone like that?
Yeah. First off, I would, I just like you had already suggested, the microdaily EMF. I would up the dose to a minimum of 5 in the morning and 5 at night. At least start out that way. And it may be that she would like to add another dose in the midday. So, 3 times a day, but it's completely up to her. Along with that, though, because the ears and our audiology, I mean, so much of what we do is connected with the brain. I would highly recommend the probiotic boost and the brain boost along with both of those. Now that we have an understanding of how Dr. Prasad's products work to create the deficiencies that exist in certain aspects of our body, I would, in addition, now both of those videos that you heard were just talking about the one product, but knowing what we know now, I would add to that the probiotic boost from an affordability standpoint, and then the brain boost.
And
Okay.
how many brain boosts would you suggest?
I'd start out with just 1 and 1, and same
Okay.
thing with the well, on the probiotic boost, we are finding, even though it says on the bottle just 1 a day, when somebody first starts out, we're really having some amazing results by doing 1 in the morning and 1 at night. In fact, I'm going to talk to Dr. Prasad and David Nemelka and see if we can't get a bottle of 60 count on the probiotic boost, just because the way that we're using it and the success that we're having. So
Great idea. Thank you for those suggestions.
yep. Awesome. Anyone else this evening before we close it up and spend time with our loved ones? Go ahead. You can open up your microphones if there's any other questions. We got Christine and then iPhone. That's how they came up in order. Go ahead, Christine Gaddy first.
Jeff, I have just a quick question.
Yeah.
Is there a really amount of time space between, taking your micro daily? Because we have quite a lot to take when we're taking the whole. Is there a space that are like 2 hours apart, 3 hours apart? Maybe a 7 ounce question, but I know you
I
say in
take
the
them all.
morning. But say if you don't get them all in at one time, like in the morning,
Yeah.
can you take it later, like maybe
Just,
evening, and then take it again at 6 or at nighttime, or what?
Yeah.
How would you do that?
What you're trying to do, Christine, is just as much as possible have a distance between the two doses.
Okay.
Everything is based on a twice a day dose or a 3 times a day dose. Just even on the bottle, it says 3 capsules, 2 to 3 times per day. All you're doing is you're feeding the body. And so imagine, and Dr. Prasad has it all figured out. There's a half-life built into some of these micronutrients, meaning our bodies are going to consume it faster than other aspects of it. And so try and keep things about 8 hours apart. 8 to 12 hours is where we're at. But you can take everything at once, and then 8 to 12 hours later take everything again.
Okay. So if you miss your morning, say if you don't get up, get everything situated, and you don't get the first one into 12 o'clock,
Take it at 12. Take it at 12.
another one at
Yeah,
8.
just before you go to bed.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah,
Okay.
just don't just say, hey, I'm going to skip this dose and then go on, because that's when the body goes into, and if you look here, partway through the booklet where it talks about twice daily dosing. I mean, right here on this page, twice daily dosing is important. So
Yeah, sometimes I get confused. I mean, sometimes I'm
we
late.
all do. We
and I said, well,
sometimes our mornings
it's 12
get
o'clock. No, I don't need,
it happened to me today. You're calling me out, Christine, because it's like it's noon.
Yeah.
I haven't had it yet. So yeah, mine were for lunch today.
Okay, thanks.
All right, you betcha. All right, so wow, what happened to iPhone? Don't see them here any longer. But looking at my list, Barbara Green would be first, then Joyce.
Yes.
Go ahead. Barbara.
Yes. I have a question. If a person is on synthetic marijuana and they're having problems, serious problems, and they're trying to get up, they've been passing out and vomiting, and I was wondering, what would you suggest that they can get to help, get rid of that addiction?
Well, one of the studies, in fact, it wasn't a study, I'm sorry. One of the articles that Dr. Prasad wrote was published just about 3 years ago, and it was on getting off of opioid addiction, which is in a lot of ways a lot worse than what you've described. And
so, wait, did you really understand what I said?
I did.
Okay, synthetic marijuana.
I understand.
Okay, great.
But
Thank
what
you.
I'm saying is that he's going through some withdrawals. He's having some difficulties coming off of it. And I'm saying Dr. Prasad wrote an article about coming off of opioids.
Okay.
Which are much more addictive. And it all comes back to when you give the body what it needs, when you are satisfying those cravings, it makes it easier to come off. And so it would be a combination of the micro daily, definitely the probiotic boost, because addicts are notoriously known for issues related to their gut. They are just not right. Okay. And then brain boost. Those 3 would be a fantastic way to begin. The CBD would be an also add if you wanted to go along with that. And Dr. Prasad on Sunday night talked about the studies and the actual approval through the FDA for the use of CBD as a treatment, and we can say it as a treatment for seizures. And that means, and the dose that they were talking about is 750 milligrams, which would be the equivalency of half of a bottle of CBD, our CBD isolate. It would be like taking 30 capsules
At one time?
at one time.
Really? Now, what about the micro daily? How much would he take of that?
I would suggest probably a dose instead of 3. I would go a dose of 5, most likely 3 times a day. If it was somebody close to me, I would say let's get you consuming 15 capsules a day.
Okay. Now, there's not a special a bundle with the micro daily. I know it is with the probiotics, but what about the micro daily and the brain boost, or the micro daily and the CBD? Is there a bundle with those two?
You can now, as of the first part of February here, you can create the bundle however you want it.
Okay.
You can go in and just do it a la carte and pull it all together. Yep.
All right. And then I could go as a preferred customer for this person because I am an affiliate.
Yes,
But
yes.
if they want to buy it.
Absolutely get them as a preferred customer, and you're going to make an all of it bonus off of their subscription, that first one, and then 10 to 30 after that. So that would be the very best way to do it, Barbara.
Okay.
Yep.
And you think the probiotic would be best over the CBD or the brain boost with the micro daily?
To begin with,
Yeah.
absolutely. At least the first 2 weeks, you want to get that gut at least right. I mean, just look at any addict.
Okay.
Their guts are a mess.
Thank you
And
so much. You've answered my
truly,
prayer and my
yeah.
question. Thank
Well,
you.
and I just don't want to be making any medical claims. First of all, you need to visit with your doctor because we don't want to get any one of us in trouble. I'm just saying I've been utilizing these products long enough to give you some suggestions, and that's all that I'm doing. Okay.
That was one of his suggestions for him to get on certain vitamins. So he did recognize that he does, need nutrients. So thank you so much.
My pleasure. Joycelyn.
Hello.
Hi.
Could you please direct me to maybe a testimonial of someone that is on dialysis? I had a friend that had a new kidney. He developed COVID, and they don't take care of anything except the COVID. So once he got out the hospital after about a month, he now needs another kidney.
Oh boy. So I don't have time to go into the library and look on Jonathan's YouTube channel. He has a couple of them that are along that same vein, and I know I've heard Dr. Prasad talk about one of his friends that had a transplant, and the transplant they had only given him like 17 years or something. Hey, it's only going to last that long, and it's now been over 30. But he's been taking the microdaily formula way back before it was known as microdaily. Dr. Prasad was making sure that his friend had this. We've personally, we know individuals that have been on dialysis for a significant amount of time that after it doesn't happen overnight, but one specific instance, I know an individual that has started to urinate again after 8 years of not being able to.
Wow.
So,
so I could promptings, and even what you suppose it would be the question and answer with Dr. Prasad, or the testimonials?
Testimonials.
Okay.
Testimonials. Yep.
Thank you.
My pleasure. All right, 2 more here. We've got, oh, you know what? iPhone has popped back up again with an open microphone. And then we'll go to Ida and Alfreda.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, I'm new to this. This is my first time on the Zoom meeting. I have a 2-part question. Question 1 is, if any, what are the side effects of this product? And question 2, can you take it alongside of your prescribed medication that I already take?
Absolutely. To answer your second question first, that was one of the parameters that the Department of Defense established right here in the beginning. It's included in this booklet. And if you were to go one page in right up, right here. Oh, actually right there. It talks about having IRB certification. And that was the internal review board of both the Army and the Navy. And the significance of that certification was that it would not contraindicate with any prescription medication, because the last thing the military wanted to happen is we're giving our soldiers a supplement and it interacts negatively with the prescription meds that they are on. And so Dr. Prasad's formulas are designed in such a way that they are recognized as food for the body. And if you can consume food and be on your prescription medications, you can consume the micro daily. Now, if there is a question, Dr. Prasad says you can always distance it either 2 hours before or 2 hours after taking your prescriptions, if you feel more comfortable doing it that way. And then long answer to your second question, but your first question, are there any negative side effects? No, nobody has had any detrimental issues in, gosh, if you were to go back to the original military package, in almost 20 years.
Okay, great.
Yep.
All right, I appreciate you. Thank you very much.
My pleasure. Thanks for being on. Ida, and then Alfreda.
Okay. Hi, Jeff. This is
Hi.
Melanie. I have a question. I have a friend whose husband has pancreatic cancer in stage 4. And at this point, they basically sent him home with hospice. So my husband gave them the stash that he had, and she said she was administering it to him, the probiotic and the EMF through applesauce. So I called to check up with her today, and she says he's no longer he's feeling sick, and he's vomiting, he's feeling nausea, saying he had some setback with the pain, and he's not eating at all at this point. And the nurses are trying to adjust his pain meds. And I was wondering if you had any suggestions. I mean, my husband only had a 1 pack of hydro on him at the time, and we're in a different, city, or we're a little bit away, a couple cities away or whatever.
I think you're already getting some promptings as to what I would do, and it would be the hydro, or like you're already doing, mixing some of it in with the applesauce. Any type of a stomach issue, I have just completely fallen in love with the results we're getting on the probiotic boost. I'm having individuals open up the capsules, mix it with water, just a few ounces, let it sit for 10-15 minutes, and then swallowing it. It's just been amazing what we've seen with the probiotic boost, any type of stomach related issues.
Right. Do you think that it can also be a type of a detox effect that he's having, or?
I'm sure that if they have given up and just sent him home with hospice, that they've done about everything that they can. And so, yes, you're going to want to look at 3 different things if you're going through a detox. And once again, I'm not making any medical claims. I'm not making any suggestions. I'm not trained as a doctor, but you're going to look for 3 different things. I call them the 3 Bs. You're going to look for changes in the bowels. You're going to look for changes in the body odor, and you're going to look for changes in the breath. Those are all indicators that the body is doing something in the lines of trying to eliminate, and it could be elimination out through the skin. I had somebody last night that called me that all of a sudden had kind of like a hive type, and I says you need to make sure that you're using some towelettes, and you're wiping down the skin in those areas where the toxins are starting to come out directly through the skin. I don't know if he's at that point, but continue to do what you're doing.
Yeah, I mean, I was just trying to figure the best way. My fear is that she may have stopped giving him anything because he's not,
Yeah.
not eating. So,
It's tough. It's
you
tough.
you mentioned, or not you, but I think it was mentioned on one of the calls that I think it was a corporate call that you can get the overnight. If you call in, you can get the expedited shipping. Is
Correct.
that okay?
Yep. Call it in, and they can certainly do that.
Okay, I will try to encourage her.
All
Thank
right.
you.
And if you need to get her on a call, just get back with Jonathan and we can set something up.
Okay, how do I reach? Is there an email or?
Do you have Jonathan's information or a way of getting out? Just
No.
send him an email.
Is it connected to his YouTube?
See if there is a link there. Yeah.
Okay, I'll check.
All right. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks. You betcha. All righty. Alfreda, you're it for tonight.
Hi.
Hello.
I have kind of a tough situation. And so I don't know the answer to this. Excuse me. And I have a gentleman, he was on our call a couple months ago, or it's been over a month. He has prostate cancer, and he has CKD, high blood pressure, and he's on dialysis.
Wow.
Okay, so he started out taking 27 EMF per day, and then for then he dropped it down to 18.
This sounds like something, Alfreda, I would rather deal with when we're not live on YouTube.
Okay.
I truly.
Can I talk to you after?
Absolutely. If there's a way that you could give me a call tomorrow, I've still got another meeting and then dinner with Helen tonight. So if just reach out to me. I just I'm in one of those situations where you guys we're all, we need to be cognizant of what we mention in a public forum like this. And I have completely stepped over the line several times. I've tried to back up and say, you know what, I'm not a medical doctor. This does not in any way. Just, you've got to visit with your doctor.
Okay.
You've got to visit with your doctors. Okay. Sorry about that, but just please, it's here to protect all of us. I've got some possible solutions, but we can't open it up in a public forum like this at all.
I get it. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
You bet. And thank you for understanding that we've got to go that way. And anyone else that kind of has some surface questions? Just, you guys, we really have to be aware and be conscious. And Jonathan does such a good job in making sure that the disclaimers are there. These are individuals' own testimonies, their own experiences. Results may vary, and we are not here to diagnose, treat, cure, heal, or prevent any disease. All we're doing is providing the body with the nutrition that is lacking from our diets. So thank you for being here, everyone. I love my Micro Daily family.
Thank you, Jeff.
Thank you. Thank you
Absolutely.
so much. Hope you have a blessed, safe night.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Everyone have a blessed day.
All right.
Yeah.
All righty.
God bless.
Bye.
Thanks,
Bye-bye.
Jeff.
My pleasure. Great to be here with everybody. Take care.
Good night.
Have a wonderful evening.
You too.
Bye-bye.
5-0.